Hello everyone! Good evening! I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and today I'm here to open up, what month is it? April 2018's KnitCrate membership subscription package. So the KnitCrate membership subscription is a monthly yarn delivery where you get a package with two 100 gram skeins of yarn, a knitting pattern and a crochet pattern that you could use. That the yarn in the package would be enough to make either one of those patterns. And you also get some discounts from the designers and some other really cool stuff. People who have some kind of KnitCrate subscription can get up to 25% off things in the member store. So if you like the yarn that you get in a package, but maybe you want a different color, maybe you don't want to do the patterns that come in the package, you can go and buy more of the yarn that came in your package through their website. So that is pretty cool. The best part about this is this package is $24.99, and that includes shipping anywhere around the world. So if you live in Australia, you would pay, the equivalent in Australian dollars, but you would not have to pay astronomical shipping to get this exact same package that I am going to be opening up tonight. And one of the best things about this, beyond the free shipping, hi everyone, welcome. Another great thing about this is, so this is the sort of flagship KnitCrate membership I'm opening. There are currently 3 other types of subscriptions that you can get, and they're all in stock right now. So I know some of you were waiting for some of the sock subscriptions or the Artisan Crate, and all those are available again. So at the beginning of the month, slots open up, but I think the sock crate, the artisan sock crate, and then the artisan crate tend to fill up. And so then you have to wait for the next month, so that way all the canceled slots are available again. But in all of the packages, so for this subscription, KnitCrate hand-dyed these yarns in-house, and usually they do between 3 and 4 colorways is what I've seen so far. And so I will get one of the colorways in this package. So even if you've gone and looked at spoilers, you still don't know what's going to show up in your package, so you can get that little bit of a surprise. And I know that I always loved subscriptions because when I did some spinning fiber subscriptions in the past, it forced me to go outside of my comfort zone color-wise. And some of my favorite yarns that I spun came from colors that I wouldn't have necessarily picked to dye myself. So this is a fun way to kind of expose yourself to some new fibers and colors. And yeah, so let's open it up and see what we got. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Here's the tab. Do you get to pick the weight of yarn? So in the KnitCrate membership and in the Artisan Crate, the weight of the yarn varies. First one I think was a worsted weight. Then I got a fingering weight, and then I don't know what this one is yet. In the sock crate and the artisan sock crate, you will always get sock yarn, so fingering weight or potentially a DK weight. But some of the other, so I think the artisan crate comes with 2 knitting patterns. The sock artisan crate comes with 1 sock knitting pattern, but the sock crate membership just comes with 1 skein of sock yarn. I think, but one of them comes with some cool little bonus like buttons or notions or stitch markers or something, but not this one. So, all right, first up, let's see the theme for this box. And okay, I'm showing you so I can't read it. Artisan Crate went up in price, and so did the Artisan Sock Crate. So the Artisan Sock Crate is now $27.99, and that comes with 1 sock pattern, 1 fun extra, which I think could be notions or buttons or something, one exclusive sock knitting pattern. The Artisan Crate is now $39.99. Yeah, I don't remember what it was in past months. And that comes with independently hand-dyed yarn and 2 exclusive knitting patterns, 1 beginner, 1 advanced. So if you're a crocheter, the crate I'm opening is the one that would be best for you. But the theme for this month is Golden Hour. And the theme is consistent across all of the crates. So while the colors and stuff vary, because the yarns vary, oh, thanks, Metalfet. While the colorways might vary from crate to crate, especially with the artisan crates, which feature different independent dyers each month, they all have a theme that they work from. So Golden Hour, the precious moments right before the sun sets, when it is low in the west, casts ochre tones across the world. This time is called the Golden Hour. All right, so what is inside? The yarn is called Audine Wools, and it is a superwash merino DK. Ooh, so it's 100% superwash merino. And the 4 colorways are called Red Rock, Prickly Pear, Endless Sky, or Naturel. And they retail these for $24 per skein. And then there's 2, so the crochet pattern, well, let me see. Before I pull out the yarn, let's look at the patterns first. So, oh man. So this tells us something. These are gradients. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, so here is the Cloris Shawl, which looks like, so it looks like it alternates between garter, hi, welcome. It looks like it alternates between garter stitch and sort of a moss stitch. And then it has this sort of border that is reminiscent of the hitchhiker scarf, which, then the reason why I'm saying that is because the hitchhiker scarf is one of my favorite scarves to wear ever. I guess I only have one that's mine, but I've made like 5 or 6. So I am really, really excited by this pattern and I cannot wait to make it. It looks really fun and it's just so pretty. Ooh, okay, I cannot wait to know what color yarn I got. And then for the crochet pattern, which is also lovely and has a similar sort of edging, but it's the Tempest Cowl, which is also really, really pretty. My crochet skills are not quite as good as my knitting skills, but I think that the pattern difficulties in this kit tend to vary a little bit. But the kits, when they come with a pattern, you don't get a paper pattern. You get, this little postcard that shows you what you can make out of the yarn. And there's always enough yarn in here to finish, not both, but either one of these designs. And then you have, which is why I'm not showing you the back, but you have a little code, and then you can go and enter, wait, where, and I'm having trouble. Pattern. Aha, yeah, there's a link to the patterns, and so you go and you can either download them to your computer or add them to your Ravelry library. So that way you could download them when you want, then you could get access to any pattern updates and things like that. And so I really love having patterns in my Ravelry library because then I can, if I dye yarn myself or I have something of yardage, certain amount of yardage and weight, I like to search patterns that are in my library because I have a lot of magazines and books and stuff. And so it's fun to have that data there. But you also get bonus codes off of the different designers. So so Abby Swanson, who designed the crochet pattern this month, you have a pattern for 50% off her shop, and you get 10% off Emily Johannes, who designed the knit shawl. Sorry, 10% off. And so those codes are on here. So I think I really like KnitCrate, independent of them sending me these packages, because I think that they do a lot to support the independent designer and dyeing community. So for the independent dyers that work with the KnitCrate, KnitCrate makes their own bare yarns and they will give yarn support. So, and I mean, I can't do the capacity, so I have no idea how many you have to do, but the dyer gets a flat rate per skein, but they don't have to pay for the yarn. They have to pay for the dyes and their time and everything, but not the yarn. So that means that there's not as much of an upfront cost. And so then like your work is going into the homes of many people, and if they really like your yarn, then they might go to your shop. And so I think that It's a nice way to promote independent dyers. And then the same thing with designers, because I know that I'm way more likely to buy another pattern from a designer that I've worked with, that I've done before. So, but okay. So we ready to see what color yarn I got? I was very, very good and waited. Ooh, this is pretty. For a second I thought I misfelt that. I was like, are there 3 skeins? But no, there's only 2 skeins. But so this colorway is called Red Rock. And so as I said, it's 100% superwash merino. Here's the, here's the label. This is really, really pretty. And what's really cool about this is I actually recently dyed a color that would like coordinate with this really, really well. Now, as growing up as a redhead, I was always told that, oh, you can't wear red, which, you know, I now wear pink and stuff. So red isn't necessarily my favorite color to wear myself, but I think it's a very happy color and looks good on a lot of people. And I am so excited by this shawl that I would make this. I might not wear it myself. Yes, the 2 skeins, the KnitCrate membership always comes with 2 skeins of hand-dyed yarn. $24.99. Now, you know, most often hand-dyed yarns can retail for that for 1 skein, not including shipping. So 2 skeins is fantastic for that price. And so they do say, like on their website, what do they call it? They say that, you know, it's got a $63 value, which, yes, if you were going to pay for $5 for shipping, buy 2 skeins of yarn, and pay for the 2 patterns individually, that's how they get to the $63 number. Now, I believe that if any of you just want the yarn and don't want a membership, you can go and buy, I'm not sure if it's in the shop yet, I haven't checked, but you could go and buy the yarn just straight, but you'd pay $24 for each skein versus $25 for a surprise colorway and 2 of them. The yardage, so this is 236 yards per 100 grams. This is so, so nice. Can you ask me to smell it? There's like a hint. I wonder if, I mean, I'm sure that they use commercial dyes and stuff, but it's reminiscent of, yeah, maybe they use citric acid or something. There's something, it's nice. You guys asked me to smell it, so I'll smell it. But it's a really good deal. And then if you are a member and you want more yarn, because say, you know, you really like the blue colorway or the green colorway, you can go and order more yarn. It's just when you order things from their shop, then there are shipping fees. So shipping is only free. Shipping is only free for the subscriptions. And, you know, all these crates, they are subscriptions. So if you sign up on the last day of April, you will get one of these kits, but then you'll be charged again on May 1st for the next month. So whenever you sign up, they always charge on the 1st of the month, and you can cancel any time. So if they've already charged you, then you're still going to get your kit for the month, but then you won't get, you know, the next month's. So and they gave me a coupon code because, you know, they're so nice and they want you guys to sign up for these. Let me post it in the chat. So you can get 20% off your first month, your first order, if you use the code ChemKnits20 at checkout. If you're signing up for multiple subscriptions, I'm not sure if it works for many. Oh, yay! And if you use my link, then I get credit for the referral, which is awesome. And so if you want to share this with these kinds of things with your friends, you can actually get rewards by, like, if you share, like when you have your account, you can get a link that you can share with someone, and then you get $10 off your next month or something. So it's a lot of fun, and I think they're big about I guess, for customer acquisition, people sharing it with one another. But really, like, as soon as I saw this on my doorstep, I got so excited. It had been, you know, a cold day. It was a hard week by myself with the kids a lot. And it was just like a breath of fresh air. And I had even accidentally seen spoilers of, not the patterns, but of the yarns. Where did it go? Of the yarns. And so, you know, I knew that it was going to be something really fun. And I was looking at them and I was like, those look like they could be gradients. So I was so excited to see that they are, because gradients take a lot more effort to dye. And yeah, these look awesome. The colors in each section look pretty solid. The lighting, I forgot to bring in, I have like stand lights. Oh, yay for ordering. I guess I probably shouldn't talk about nitpicks too much during this video, but yay for placing an order. Woohoo! I'm wondering if the colors are tonal at all during the various sections or if they're pretty solid. It's hard to know, but I think, you know, I'm now curious. Maybe it's not a moss. It could be a moss stitch. Whatever it is, this is so pretty. So it looks like, my guess is that you probably start, well, actually, you could start at the center and go both ways. That's one way that it would definitely be symmetrical. Or I'm nearly positive that this is knit sideways versus like, I guess from the top down. But oh, both of these patterns are awesome. The cowl, and I mean, I'm like gushing over this shawl, but I mean, this is something that would be gorgeous in, gosh, like so many different yarns. I mean, we talk, you know, we dye a lot of yarns on this channel, and so with sock blanks, you could do, you know, you can do socks. You could also make a DK blank and do some really kind of awesome shawl. So, well, but buying yarn in stores can be really fun. You get the personal experience and you get to like touch it and feel it. So this is really, really nice and soft. Like I would absolutely love having this as something to wear like around my person. I am curious. So it does look like that this might use, actually I'm gonna open up. Yeah, exactly. So I'm curious, okay. Here is our color gradient. So on the camera right now, this is looking a little orangey, and it's really not. It's a warm red, but more of like a tomato red versus an orange. But so the gradient, it's like a full gradient versus like color repeats. So hi, welcome. So it's, what do we think? Can I wear red? This actually goes really nicely with my like navy and white striped shirt. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my channel. It's really fun to have opportunities like this. And I'm actually really, really curious, and I'm really, really tempted to check out the Artisan Crate, because while I enjoy a lot learning about independent designers, I am just always curious about, I love like going to shawls of, I love going to at yarn fairs and stuff, going to shawls of independent dyers and just seeing the beautiful things that they create. So I think that having the Artisan Crate where you get independently dyed yarns, so it's a different dyer each month, and you get a pattern. Sometimes the pattern's by someone else, sometimes it's by the dyer as well, and it's just really, really fun. And so it can be really, really inspiring as, say, an independent dyer that I know that I never would have the capacity to. I mean, I'm a teacher, so that's what I do. I teach and I share and I experiment, but it's really nice to see a company who I guess their message is to share colors and yarn and designers and dyers with the community. So, yeah, and it's funny because it was years ago when I first, oh, thank you. It was years ago when I first met, I met actually KnitCrate at I think it was Vogue Knitting Live in Chicago, and this was many years ago. So this was when Lucas was, oh goodness, was this, so I went to 2. So it was either before Lucas was born or when Lucas was just about a year old when I went to Vogue Knitting Live the second time. And it was just awesome. It was really, I didn't go when I was pregnant, so it must have been, oh, thank you. And now he's 4 and featuring himself on the channel all the time too. But I met KnitCrate, and I remember sitting and talking with them and finding out about all of the things that they do, and I was like, ooh, cool. Now, they are working on a new box. So I know some people had said like, oh, it used to come in a box and now it's a bag. They're working on a new supplier for a box. And so, yeah, I hope that I get to see it. We'll see if they still love me. But it's been, I feel really, really lucky and fortunate that I've been able to open this up, because it really has given me a little bit of a delight into my days. And I mean, there's a reason why when I ship packages, I use a bright purple mailer. Having, a color might cost a little more than just, the standard beige, but you get it and like, I didn't even have to look. I was like, oh, it's yarn. Like, I just knew. And so it was really, really fun. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, the theme for this month is golden hour. And I really like, along with the theme, that the pattern's a cowl and a shawl for this crate. And the reason why I'm really excited by that is just because, like, at golden hour, it's starting to get chilly maybe, and so you can have something to wrap up in. And it's just a really, really fun theme all around. But yeah, do you guys have any other questions about KnitCrate? If I know the answer, I will try to help. And if I don't, then if I don't know the answer, then I can always ask them. But yeah, this is what is in my crate. So I'm so excited. And, and it's fun because when I buy yarn, I buy teals and purples, sometimes blue, sometimes black, but I pretty much stay in that range. So I like exploring outside of my comfort zone. So it's fun. And yeah, it would be really, really pretty. Here, I'll open it up again. Because I think that, yeah, okay, so this shows some skill, more skill than I have. Not only is it tied off beautifully, but like each tie separates one of the color sections. So I think that is so cool. So it's, I think that there's probably not a lot like the transitions, these colors are, it's very tonal, but I think that it's an abrupt transition. So yeah, I think that, well, I'm, they're sending me this so that way I share it with all of you. But I think that if I weren't having a yarn stash problem of my own, because I have a lot of yarn that I need to use, but I know that this shawl is actually coming further up the queue as a project for, actually it could be for a few people. Oh dear. So it's one skein. This is one skein of yarn, but it's basically, I think, been dyed in 4 different sections, and so that's how they got the gradient. Not that I'm reverse engineering the yarn, but so I don't think it was like this is definitely not like a dip dyed blank or something. But yeah, I think that, I mean, these colors are really cool. But you could certainly, I mean, if you wanted to, you could take it and separate it into mini skeins to use for something. It would be really easy because of the way it's, the way that they have the ties in here. Very, very professional. Yeah, I just think that I've been tempted actually. So I don't get commissions from Dyer Supplier, which is KnitCrate's bare yarn site. But I have been intrigued by some of the bare yarns that they have, and I've liked all of the dyed yarns that they've sent me. So it's the kind of thing where I know a lot of you are dyers as well. So if you subscribe and there's a yarn base you like, you might be able to find the base to dye yourself through their shop. So say that you wanted to do something, mix this with another yarn, and you're like, oh, I wish I had a semi-solid in that base. You can make one. So it's kind of cool. The shipping, I don't think that there's any level with free shipping there, but it is pretty cool. And I definitely missed some comments. So, oh, yay for egg dyeing kits. Yeah, no, it's really nice to, I just like the surprise. I wish when I moved was when I ended, ooh, they should do a roving club. Maybe I should suggest that. I used to belong to a roving club that was so much fun, but I had to, when we were moving, I had to cancel my subscription, and I was like, oh, if I finish spinning all of these by like a certain time, then I can get back in the queue. They actually wouldn't have, since I was moving and I had to stop for a few months, they would have let me skip the queue to get back in, but I wasn't able to finish using the stuff, and so I hadn't signed back up. But I really just, getting a colorful, squishy surprise in the mail every month is a lot of fun. And I don't know, I think it's cool to think that, you know, they bag up like all these randomly, like 2 by 2, and then they slap the stickers on, so they might not even know what color you're getting. But that's part of the fun. So, the same problem with green, yeah. It's hard when you have a favorite color, and it's why, like, with dyeing, I really need to also push myself. So not everything is gray, black, and purple, even though I will come to that again and again and again. Although I do think it's useful for me to do broken violet dyeing on many different types of yarn, because since it's one that I know so well, it's like, okay, this yarn is absorbing the dye a lot slower and I need more acid. So it's like a nice sort of benchmark for me to use. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Once I sign off, I'm going to go download these patterns into my Ravelry queue. And I'm curious, yeah, so I was looking at how many repeats there were. It does look like this cowl uses probably both skeins, because you can see that there's like a charcoal gray stripe at the bottom and then up at the top. But I know crochet uses per like fabric, the fabric's denser because the crochet stitches are denser. But yeah, the name of the shawl pattern is Cloris. I'm looking, the camera's backwards right now. Oh, good. It's not backwards for you guys. So that's the pattern, and it should be on Ravelry. Yes, I've been hooked on Breaking Violet since about I started. Well, it was a while before I tried it, actually. I did Breaking Purple before I tried playing with Wilton's Violet. So, do any greens break? Yes. So Juniper Green breaks. Wilton's Juniper Green breaks and is really cool. And teal breaks from like a teal to more of a blue. I think that when you have a green that has a lot more blue than yellow, you might see some breaking because the yellows will absorb a bit faster. But if it's a green with more yellow than blue, then you won't really see. Like Kelly Green, it was a little unclear if I started to get like more teal or a blue at the end. And I need to sort of play around with that more. But greens can break. It's just not as extreme as, say, purples and stuff. Yeah, blacks have very, very interesting breaks. But that's one of the reasons why I'm enjoying commercial acid dyes, because now I can get a black. The roving club I used to do was Into the World. And yeah, I was on the waiting list for a year before I got in, and it was so worth it. But yeah, I think that, if this makes a really good gift for someone. And again, I'm going to pop my link. You can get 20% off your first month if you're a new customer. If you've been a KnitCrate customer in the past, I don't think you can do it, but you can get 20% off your first month with the code ChemKnits20. And that is also in the video description and in the chat replay. And if you liked what you heard here and it tempted you, then please use my link. But yeah, because maybe if a lot of people buy it, then they'll want me to keep making these. They'll want to keep sending them to me, so that way I share them with you. So then we all get some more of this fun. But otherwise, I think that this will be going on my wish list for the holidays. Oh. But yeah, they also seem to be they're really responsive to questions and stuff. So if you have any questions that you want me to ask them, I can do that. But you can also reach out to them directly. Oh, thank you. How do I learn so much about colors, and how can you learn? The best way to learn about colors when it comes to yarn is just play. Get a 10-pack, 20-pack of bare yarn somewhere, and get, a handful of acid dyes or food coloring, and just experiment. You can even I started off doing a lot of mini skeins because, I was like, oh goodness, I want to play around with this, I want to experiment, but I don't want to use a whole skein. Oh, there's someone else unboxing one right now. Yeah, I think that, I forget where they shipped them from, but yeah, from Florida. So, oh yeah, yes. So there's 4 different colorways this month. So there's a green one, the red one, a blue one, and I think there's also a yellow one, which would make sense from the from the card. Does anyone ever compare my work to a machine's work? No. But yeah, I think that the best way to learn about color is to try it. And if you dye a yarn and you don't like the color that you got, you can always over dye it. So, the worst case scenario is you over dye it with black to try to just make it black. But, there's a lot, on the channel, I've over dyed highlighter yellow with purple and got a really cool gradient. And so there's a lot that you can do. And I think that my approach, and the reason why I can have so much fun, is that I go into each dyeing project whenever I'm trying something new, and I think, I wonder what will happen if. And so when you have the attitude, I wonder what will happen if, the results are always awesome and cool, because, it's like, oh, you got this really cool effect and really cool yarn. But then if you, oh no, I'm not seeing all the chat. So I'm missing some things. Yeah, and so then if you go in wanting a specific result or a very, very specific color, you can still be really happy and satisfied, or you can be disappointed if you didn't quite get there. And I think that at the level of, say, commercial dyeing, when you're running a shop and you want to do reproducible colorways and stuff, then you're going to want to make sure to keep track of all of your recipes very closely and sort of maintain your methods. But I guess my approach and what I try to do is to make dyeing feel fun and feel approachable. So if I can inspire some of you to try dyeing yarn at home, that means I'm doing my job, because I'm trying to make it feel as unintimidating as possible. And part of this is sometimes I will go and I will do a whole project just having read a sentence about how to do something. And I'm like, okay, I don't quite know the conditions, but let's try this and see what happens. Worst case happens, I get all black yarn or something. And so, it's fun because if I was following a lot of directions, then it would be, I don't really want to copy anyone either. So I have like a big list of ideas, and I'm always getting more dyes so that way I can try playing around. I'm getting really excited for the weather to warm up. I've got an Indigo Kit I'm really excited to do. I want to do that outside though because I have a feeling it'll be messy. I have a natural dyeing kit I'm really excited to play with. I want to redo some of the avocado stuff with mordants and have some fun with that. I've got plans to do a lot of cellulose fibers coming up. I know that you guys have been wanting to see that, and especially with summer around the corner. So I'm even going to buy some more like cotton blends, linen blends, and things so we can play with this other realm that you can't do with acid dyes. Yay! I am so glad. Yeah, but mini skeins are a really nice way to start. And then you can do, there's so many projects that you can do. There's so many great remnant projects on Ravelry that you could do a bunch of mini skeins and the colors might not go together, but then you can make something really, really cool out of it. So, and you can, 5 grams at a time, 10 grams at a time, you can play around with a lot of these techniques that I've been doing. And yeah. And so then before you know it, you'll be doing even more. I started slowly. I had a lot of cream yarn and I wanted to change it. And so I went and I looked how, and I found some Kool-Aid tutorials, and here I am. But, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Scrappy fingerless gloves. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a big project. Coasters, you can do some really cool, really, you don't even need 5 grams of yarn. You could play around using like 12 inches of yarn as well. The amount of dye you would need would be not very much, but you can, if you want a specific color, then try a swatch of your yarn if you're not sure how it'll take the color, and that will help you. So yeah, it's the beekeeper's quilt. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. I think I have like 100. No, maybe I have like 50 hexapuffs. I haven't made one in a while though. Someday I'll get there. Maybe I just need to make like a framed hanging for my wall or something. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Beekeeper's quilt is awesome. Yeah, dye swatching. But I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. I've missed you guys. It's been hard to not do any dyeing yarn this week. And I haven't even been able to be online as much because the kids didn't have school. Keith was on a work trip. So, all that meant I was very, very hands-on all week. Not that I'm not other times, but I usually can have like a chunk of time when I can get stuff done. But yeah, I did, it's been a good day, and I am so excited with my KnitCrate. Even though, if I was going to go and pick my color, I probably would have picked the blue. But I'm really, really excited to have a color that is a little outside of my comfort zone, because I know it's going to look gorgeous in this shawl. And in theory, you could do the fade in either direction. I think that would be fun. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Once I sign off, I'll pop the links and the coupon code ChemKnits20 into the chat one more time. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and that you consider go check out, even if you don't want to order one now, go check out KnitCrate and what they have to offer. If you're a sock knitter, you can get guaranteed sock yarn every month in 2 of those subscriptions. Otherwise, you get a surprise, and it's an awesome one. So I hope that you all had fun, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.